What is going on, guys? This is TNR here, and today I have a special for Depth 5. Depth 5, if you are watching this, I hope you have this train simulator, because if you don't, well, good news, you can actually install this, and once you install it, you can actually play it, and check this out. You're going to love this game because, hang on a sec, come on, there's a local that you have an addiction to. It is a Gevo. You got the Norfolk Southern Gevo, and come on, where are you? Right here. And the BNSF Gevo. Both are the same breed. It's an ES44 DC. I'm not sure if you like AC or DC Gevos, but here's Gevo for you. And there's an ad. For those of you who hadn't played this game before, basically just do that, like you select your locomotive, and then, if you can, usually with freight trains and moving passenger trains, you can actually select you can actually press this button right here, like where you see the little locomotive down there, like the high-speed locomotive, and you'll get a second locomotive. The thing is, it'll be a duplicate of this one. It's alright though, because we're gonna move on to the next part. The best part about this game is you get dual trains and a nice sounding horn, usually. And the coach button right here allows you to change rolling stock. There's this particular rolling stock that I know of that rather is a very long freight train, and I have an addiction to that. Because I don't know about you guys, but I have an addiction to heavy mainline freights, which is why I'm always playing games that allow me to move massive freight trains. Okay, where are you? I know you're in here somewhere. And boom! Alright. This is like the longest line of cars in the game. You've also got the cab, and there's the features. This rather has the controls to the standard cab GE, which is interesting. I figured I'd rather they're gonna have like the controls of the GE-9, which is like a Gevo, except it's older. And there's the train. Check this out. The camera button allows you to swipe through here. Inside the cab, though, you get a view of the cab interior. You don't get a very good outside view, which is why I use this. The best part is, you have no obstruction, except for the locomotive behind you. It's alright though, because you can see crossings coming up ahead. The switch button allows you to change points. And I suggest that every time you come up to a crossing, you will sound your horn, because that way you will warn car drivers of your presence. Here's an example. Let's get close enough. Okay, sound your bell. You also get the aerial view of the freight train, which is really cool. And you get to see different parts of the layout. Oh my god, there it goes! See that? That is our train right there. It's pretty cool. It's pretty damn cool. I'm kind of curious to see if it's going to come around, like, go onto one of these bridges. I don't think that's going to be the case, but let's wait and see. Railroaders. Step 5, there's a GEVO for you right there. Oh my god, it just honked for you. Nice. Looks like we got a friendly crew in our hands here, boys. And check it out. Blue center beams. I've seen, dark colored center beams, but never anything like that before. That's interesting. Let's get up to 55 miles an hour because that's like a steady speed for freight trains. Meanwhile, passenger trains, they go at about 90, 110 miles an hour. There we go. Also, the red signals, tell you to stop, but... And you get this. That's the perk of being in the American Midwest. Is that... as I was saying, wait, really? Oh. I was gonna say, yeah, that's what happens when, you pass through. After a certain point, the gates go up. Anyhow, if you see a red signal, I suggest you stop because, well, you'll be in traffic rules if you do that. I mean, you could blow past it, but I don't recommend it. No, I'm just kidding. Unless you feel like, Austria to name of a republic I don't know how to pronounce. Unless if you're in that setting, you are just free to, roam wherever because you got no diamonds that, there could be a random freight train popping out of nowhere. I have had that happen to me before and I almost had a collision. I've only had a few accidents on this line, as eagle-eye viewers would have saw when, we were heading, when we were getting ready to get the locals and whatnot. But yeah. This horn sounds a little familiar, I think. What's funny is I don't think that this horn actually came from, like a Geo. I think it came from like this SD70 Mac. Or SD70 Mac. Or 60. One of the two. Either way, I believe I heard this horn before. Just not in a while. Previously, I tried to upload a BVR video because I hadn't done that in a while, but apparently what happened was, well, coupler snapped because the train derailed. Somehow the banner you caused the derailment did pop up. Also because it didn't cause it, it just happened. Which was funny because I was going at a very slow speed. Now I kind of feel like I was at Penn Central tracks. Let's just keep driving until we see a red signal, okay, boys? Meanwhile, in India, if you drive trains to the India map, you won't get a red signal because shortly after the signal clears your train, it will turn green again. Which is why everywhere you go, you see green lights. However, that's not the case in other maps. Just in India, which is very exclusive. It's funny how that happens, though. if you ask me. And now, guys, guess what? I finally managed to connect my Bluetooth headphones to my phone, which is still rather new. I got it because the older one was problematic and I couldn't get a number, but now, yeah. And that's the reason why I'm able to make long videos, because I verified my YouTube account, and now, you know, after you verify your YouTube account, you can make longer videos. I found that out for myself, and now I'm passing the knowledge down. So, if you got a phone, simply verify your account, and you'll be like me, just making long videos. That could be up to an hour or more long. Obviously, your phone can only go on for about an hour or so, but, you know, with a Chrome, it can go much further than a phone. Like, hang on. Come on. There we go. I was looking for that part. Took me a little while to get it. Yeah, sometimes the game is finicky. Now, let's watch the train go away. Off into the distance. Darn, no train's coming. I'm glad that we didn't collide that truck. It could have been bad. It could have been bad. After all, there's idiots everywhere. Wait a minute. Am I seeing things? That is another train coming. Okay, let's watch. Okay, it's 7:58. About 8 o'clock, I'm gonna have dinner. Oh, look at that! Another friendly train. Well, let's get back to our train. I like the looks of the cab, you know, from the front. Whoa! Alright, that was absolutely unintended. Come on. Wait a minute, I hear things. Oh! Another friendly train. I was gonna say, let's all listen to the idling sound of the freight train, because instead of an idling prime mover, you hear an air compressor. I mean, listen to that. I've listened to train sounds before, and I can tell you now, that's not prime mover, that's an air compressor. The prime mover is this. Okay, good. Green lights. I'm just looking at it from the front of the camera and see up to Trainworks 2-9. In case if you all remember Trainworks 2 and you saw, you know, 2022 or 19 1886, you know, coming at the camera straight from the front, you'll remember the very front of the engine looks something like this. Generally, all GE wide cab locomotives generally look like that. Oh. Meanwhile, standard cab locos will have more of a boxy cab. From what I remember, the last standard cab locomotive constructed was the SD30C Eco. Oh! There she goes. At first I was like, wait, is there another Gevo behind us? And I was like, oh, right. There goes another freight train. If you keep watching, our train is going to come right up at that bridge just ahead. I think. Hello? Anybody there? Dang it. Sorry guys, I thought we were gonna like be flying out through the bridge there. Sadly no. There's a station. Apparently the only freight industry is along this line are the grain elevator and a few farms, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not the place for a manifest train, but you know what, it's your game, and your game is basically, you know, you doing whatever you want. I mean, I'm not proud of... Oh, look at that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not proud of Norfolk Southern for what they did, but you know what? Norfolk Southern lives near my line. I tend to use... There's red signal. I tend to use the locomotives that, you know, are near my local line or are my local line. So, yeah. What's interesting is the exhaust graphics. I mean, check that out. Whenever the locomotive is moving or standing still, you can see smoke coming out of the stack. Also, look at the cab figure. Got a nice yellow helmet and a safety vest. Safety and proud service. Right, boys? Look at the fuel tank. That is more much of a modern fuel tank. An EMD fuel tank, you know, these days looks something like that, except it's more round. I mean, it's constructed of small rectangles, but it is still rather round, like the older ones. Also, in case you haven't seen the full interior of a GE cab, like a modern day one, check it out. Normally there'd be a control panel right there, but there's not. There's a seat for the engineer, and a seat for the brakeman. There's a reverse right here, like the very bottom one. The next one, from what I can tell, is the throttle. And then the one up top is the dynamic brake lever. That black lever on the bottom, like, you know, at that black panel, that is the independent brake, and the up top one is the automatic brake. That black knob is the horn valve. I think. That little red knob is the emergency brakes, from what I can tell. Up there is the vent recorder. There's also similar controls over there, except there's no throttle. But there is the emergency brake down there. There's also a knob for something. I'm think it's like the lights or AC, I can't tell, but there's two of them. There's also lights right here and a small display that shows the speed of the train and I believe the total tonnage of it. Yeah. Basically, the controls for the horn and bell are right here, and yeah. From what I can tell, it also shows you the throttle level and the braking level. So 90 psi, the brakes be fully released, meanwhile 0 psi, the brakes be fully applied. And that would be when the air has been dumped. So if you pull that red knob, that's going to absolutely dump the air. Also slamming the brakes into emergency stop. There's a fan up there and some other controls. Down in the nose of the locomotive, there's a fridge and a toilet, and on the outside there's a walkway, as you can see. Hang on a second. And right back here is the radiator. Now, when I first looked at it, I was like, "Dang, that actually looks more like a Dash 9 radiator." But the more I looked at it, the more I saw differences in it. Also, the dynamic brakes are right behind the cab from what I can tell. Hold on. Okay, there goes a freight train. Let's say hi to them. Oh, hey! They returned the favor. Okay. The dynamic brakes are right here. Basically, they, how you activate them is you cut off flow to the traction motors. And the traction motors themselves are turned into generators, creating electricity from motors consuming electricity. All the energy is passed down to the resistor, the dynamic brake grids, which just bleed it all off as intense heat. This radiator right here is not for dynamic brakes, but rather for cooling. Down right here, at this very part right here where there's like panels and whatnot, that is the cooling sensor, and that's where the air compressor is housed. The radiator pulls in cool air, and there's also some coolant that's housed down in here via a small tank. And in the very center is the powerhouse of the locomotive. That is where the 4400 horsepower diesel engine is housed. Not locomotive. This is the locomotive. The engine is inside the locomotive. Also, some batteries are housed underneath the cab from what I saw. And yeah, down right here, like at the cow catcher, there's a drawbar for the locomotive that allows. Actually, on all cars and locomotives, there's a drawbar that allows coupling and uncoupling. Basically, the way you uncouple is you lift the drawbar and that opens the knuckle. Basically, an uncoupled train would look like this. Meanwhile, a coupled train would look like this. And the way you couple it up is you just slam the cars together or the locomotives together. Yeah. Well, I think that's going to do it for the video, guys. Step 5. In case you're wondering why I'm doing this, well, I'm doing this because I know you love GEVOs and I wanted to do it on a game that you can play so you can experience the GEVO experience yourself. Well, I'm going to have dinner now. Take care, y'all.